Welcome everybody. We have now started. So this is a day one of a webinar training with the Peaceful Art Network in, TTT, which basically is trauma tapping technique. And it's one of the ways that we teach people to self-regulate, to be able to handle stress and trauma in various kinds. We usually start just by going around the room and just saying who you are and why you're here and what you're hoping for. Really short, but since we have the privilege of having of not being so many, you can actually take a little time. So I'll start by just showing how it works. My name is Ulf Sandstrom. I'm in the Peaceful Art Network. I've been doing this for quite a while. We are a nonprofit, and we basically are activists who believe that peace in the world outside us comes from within. So if we can spread techniques for self-regulation that we've been using for over 10 years, with extraordinary results, to more people, and you can spread it to other people, then we're basically creating a better world as we talk. My hope from today is to learn from each of you who you are, what your needs are, what it is you'd like to have, and where you're from, and what your challenges are. And that's basically why I'm here. So Gunilla, why don't you go second?
No, I don't go second. So we go to Angela second, and then I'll be last.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, I'm Angela Clark, and I've been doing emotional freedom technique for over a decade in my private practice. And when I met Ulf and Gunilla in, I think it was January or February, I just was really drawn to the trauma tapping technique, hugely inspired by their book. And I wanted to be certified and part of their network because they're of like mind in ways that I fall short of words to even express. So I'm grateful to be here.
Wonderful. And could you just say for everybody where you are geographically?
Oh, so I'm in Iowa right now, a state in the Midwest of the United States, but I'm from Colorado. So I'll be returning to Colorado in a couple weeks. I will also add that just last Friday, I went to the human trafficking conference in Chicago, and I was able to teach TTT to law social workers, medical staff, anybody who came to that conference because they're engaged with the human trafficking world, and it was very well received. Surprisingly, I'm always a little bit surprised because sometimes they're the ones with the biggest obstacle, but it was about 40 people in the room, and I think they'll invite me back next year. I'm really excited about that. Yeah.
Was Rachel from GEMS there?
Rachel who?
Rachel,
from GEMS. Oh, that's right. We talked. I didn't meet anybody from GEMS.
Okay, because she should have been there since she was in Sweden when I met her, and she's very engaged in these. And I was actually teaching her also TTT. That's why it would have been interesting if she would have been there. But that's great. That's fantastic. That you did that. And so you did it in the auditorium. You did it in a big group or individually, or how did you do it?
It was a breakout session that was offered. I was part of a panel on mindfulness and resilience. Mm-hmm. And so they had 4 options. The people attending the conference. It was a conference of about 325 people, and they had 4 breakout sessions to choose. And so mine was one of that. So we had about 45 people in the group, and I had 20 minutes to present. That was it, but it works.
Yeah, it works. Oh, that's great. It can take 10 minutes or 30 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever. Oh, that's great. Thank you so much. Mm-hmm. So let's go to Carl.
Hi, my name is Cole, and I'm from the UK. I've been involved in the tapping sort of world for, I think it's 17 years.
Wow.
Also trained in matrix re-imprinting and sort of other tapping techniques. I've been following you two for a number of years, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So very impressed with what you...
How did you find it? How did you find it?
On YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw your recent talk in ACEP with your balloon and
yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I thought I'd take this opportunity to listen to you two and interact with other people around the world, and just keep spreading the work of tapping.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. And where in the UK are you?
Folkestone on the southeast coast.
Southeast. Okay.
Yes, I'm closer to France.
Okay. I'm this kind of geographic. I love placing people in geographical. Yeah. So we're kind of close because I'm on the west coast of Sweden, but it's, no, I'm a bit north, crossing the North Sea. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Great. So welcome. So what kind of, when you use, and do you do individual practice?
Individual group sessions in my local town.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So quite fairly well known, I think, for tapping in my area and London. So yeah.
And groups would be groups that already existing, or you gather people for?
I gather people.
Yeah.
So just set them up.
Yeah.
So whether it's could be weight loss for tapping, or it could be just emotional issues for tapping. So yeah.
Oh, that's great. Wonderful. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So let's go to Rachel. We only have your beautiful picture, but we'll hear your voice.
Awesome. Hi, everybody. Thank you. So glad to be here with everyone. I'm based in San Francisco, California, and I work with survivors of childhood sexual abuse as a coach. And for myself, I don't have any experience really using TTT, so this is really an introduction. I've seen it here and there, and I have a very TTT light, if you will. So I'm just excited to learn and see how I might incorporate some of these strategies into the modalities that I'm already using, which are primarily cognitive behavioral and mindfulness, a bit of family systems, and NLP.
Great. That's wonderful. Welcome so much, Rachel. Who do we have next? Then let's go to Trisha.
Hi, I'm Trisha Supal. I'm a clinical social worker in Maryland, so I'm about 45 minutes or so from Washington, D.C., depending on traffic, of course. So I'm fairly new to energy and tapping. I guess I've been doing it.
Wait, just Kerstin, could you mute your mic, because we don't hear I think it's your mic. Thank you. Yes, please, Trisha.
I'm fairly new to tapping, or so I guess I've been doing it about 1.5 years, 2 years. Started with TFT and kind of dabbled in others. I'm in the process of getting certified in the DCEP, so the energy psychology. So I'm about midway through that certification process, and had a brief intro to TTT about 1 year ago or so. So I thought, this would be a good refresher. And I see a lot more traumas are coming into my private practice lately, especially over the last probably 4 or 5 months. So the more skills I can get, the better, and give them an option of various, tapping or energy work. So.
Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. So your introduction to TTT, where was it?
The first part of the ASAP conference.
Oh, yeah.
We had a breakout, or kind of a spontaneous TTT after the conference. So a few of us kind of tried it out. But it's been a while, so I thought, this would be a good refresher.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's wonderful. And Maryland, where is it? I know it's famous. I'm not very good in U.S. geography.
Oh, East Coast. So like I said, about 45 minutes from Washington, D.C.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Great. Thank you. And thanks for joining us. That's wonderful. So let's go to Priscilla.
Hi, my name is Priscilla Fuzikawa. I'm from Brazil. I met you at the last ASAP conference in May.
Yeah.
I've done some training in TFT and EFT. And then I heard about TTT, which they recommended because we didn't have the problem with language and with words and what to say. So I've been using it a little bit. And I think it's interesting because I've had training, I work with trauma, but I've had training in EMDR, SE, and brain spotting, but I feel that TTT is something that the people can take home with them, and they can use it also, not only in the office. And then I also work in a public health service where we have, in a poor area, well, so there's a lot of trauma, a lot of stress there. And I want to take some EP techniques there, maybe even to work in groups. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah, I remember we met there. So, but I don't remember where you're in Bahia, or where are you? Where in Brazil?
No, I'm in Belo Horizonte, which is in the southeast.
Yeah, I have been to Belo Horizonte. It's I had a friend who worked there, so I was up there on the Altoplano. I mean, up to the Cerrado and so. Good place.
Oh,
And all those diamond places. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, so that's good. And that's now I remember I wanted to connect you to one of my friends there, Christine Sampaio, who has been also doing similar work. Yeah, I remember this time. Yeah, so welcome, and that's great. So when you tried the TTT, how did you do it? With individual or in group, or how did you do it?
I did it individually.
Yeah.
And the results were really, really good.
Okay.
I mean, and people could really feel the difference right away. And then, of course, that made them more keen to keep doing it and take it home with them.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, and that is, one point of it, it is like when you know how to use it, you can just start using it because nothing bad can happen. And since it's so simple, nobody needs to feel that, oh, I don't know how to do this. It's just to do it. That's what we like about it, that it's not possible to fail. It's like just start. So that's great. Thank you so much, Priscilla. Do you say Priscilla or Priscilla? We take that when she gets back. So then we have also Kerstin. Please unmute your mic and welcome. Now we don't hear you, so I don't know. You have to unmute the mic.
I don't want to speak English. I don't want to speak English.
Okay, so then you have to speak in Swedish and we will translate for the other ones.
Ja, jag har träffat TTT. Jag är från Umeå och tillsammans med Anna Rosenqvist.
Ja. So,
och jag jobbar med ensamkommande flyktingar.
Okay. So Kerstin is from the north of Sweden, from the town called Umeå, where she has met Anna Rosenqvist, who is another colleague who we have had contact with before, and she works mainly with the young refugees who have come without families to Sweden.
Yeah, and I have tried a little, but not so much.
Okay, good. So you tried a little.
Yes.
Yeah, good. Oh, that's wonderful. So much welcome. That's good to connect.
Thank you. Tack.